Okay. Now, I had some issues with audio there. Let me see. I'm just kind of sorting out some details here, making sure. Okay, so we got 10 people on. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I see some thumbs up. Good. Great. Okay. So, yeah, I have my mic muted here on my mixer for a minute, and so I think that was causing some issues. Good to see everybody. I want to start off the live stream today. No sound still. Oh, we hear you? Okay, cool. Okay, great. So I want to start off the live stream with a little bit of my unboxing here. There's been a lot of new Apple products coming out today. Everybody getting their hands on them. So, of course, today we want to check out the Apple Vision Pro carrying case that arrived from UPS. And this isn't the only unboxing, or not unboxing, but product we have to talk about and try today on the stream. But I figured I'd start with clearly the most exciting one. I'm sure everybody's dying to, oh great, sound is working, cool. The most exciting one everybody wants to see. So this is the carrying case for the Apple Vision Pro that Apple supplies, and it is big. This thing is, yeah, it's massive. We got like this little thing here where it's for storing like your chargers and stuff. And then I guess it says here, this is where you're supposed to put, oh, I'm sorry, you're also supposed to put the polishing cloth here. So there's that side of it. And then let's see, we got this like little, so then there's a slot for your Vision Pro here. And then there's a like a little pamphlet in this Velcro pouch area for storing cables. And I guess that just is a manual about the case. So I don't know, honestly, with this travel case, I don't know if I would actually use this. I think I might return this just because it is so large in person. I would want something that's a little bit more space efficient. I mean, if you think about the Vision Pro only taking up like that part of the case, and then all of this is strap and open area, I'd really rather it be smaller, but you know, it's an expensive thing, so I want to protect it. Yeah, it definitely looks like, I know people have been talking about sneaker kind of vibes on this. I think it's also like has an outer space vibe. I've heard people talk about that, where it just feels like something that came from a space program. But let's see. I'm sure what you guys are. Yeah, I turned on monetization on my stream, Frederick. You know, hopefully that. I see that here. Let me go back to. There we go. Now you're back to seeing me. I turned on monetization on the stream. I don't know what the typical process is there in terms of doing this. Good to hear. Thanks, Kevin, that the sound is working. Good to see you here. So, all right. So people are asking if I have a Vision Pro, and we're going to see if this works or not, because I wasn't able to get in-store pickup. So I had to go to the, I didn't have to go anywhere. I just waited for the UPS guy, and he did in fact come earlier today. So about an hour ago. So I haven't had very much time with the Vision Pro. but I want to go ahead and show that. So here we go. And it's also part of why I have AirPods in. So that was why I was wondering about the audio, because I can't hear how I sound in this mic right now. But gonna go ahead and put this on and see how it is broadcasting to you guys. Gotta take my glasses off. All right, there we go. Just doing Optic ID. Do I want to connect to the AirPods? No, probably. Yeah, probably. Sure, connect. Oh no, I need to turn on Do Not Disturb before I do this. I forgot to do that. I need to have just getting used to these live streams. And I can actually even read your chat now. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully stream my Vision Pro to my Mac here. So go ahead and do that. All right, so hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Are you seeing this? Actually, now I can't even see your chat in the stream. This gets confusing. I see, it looks like my stream is coming through. It looks like my stream is coming through, so I'm going to go ahead and just assume that you can see what I'm seeing. If not, this will be a disaster of a live stream. Pulling things together very quickly here, but I've never seen the Home app. So I wanted to show you what the Home app looks like as I do this. Wow, and then look, I look into my Mac's monitor. So I'm using this thing in Control Center, by the way, where you can set up in here screen mirroring. I saw Stephen Robles has a mixer with HDMI, and so he was doing it through an Apple TV, which I think would be a little easier. I don't have that kind of a setup. So I'm going to go to compatible apps, and this is the first time opening Apple Home. Sure, let Apple Home send me notifications. Oh, great. OPSEC here. Let's see. Oh, wow. It's like pressing and holding on the camera all of a sudden, which I don't want to do. Okay, I can view live stream here of my camera upstairs. It's really hard to get used to the whole looking at things and having that actually work. So I'm scrolling here. And this, I can also just, let's see, I can make this bigger. It is kind of funny how if you see here on my stream, the speaker and how the Home app plays with that. I'm going to try to not move my head too much to make this better TV for you guys. But here we go. So here is the Home app. So I can go to different, let's go down to my office. This is, the Home app on the iPad. I have my web meeting scene turned on, but I can turn off, let's see, like turn off the main lights. So I'm pinching and it turns on and off the main lights. I can pinch and hold and it adjusts the brightness of them. So now I have the main lights at full brightness. This is really intuitive, and very responsive, this whole doing this iPad slider with my hand, which you can't really see from, I think, where you are. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just really quickly stop this mirroring just to make sure this is actually working and you guys are still here with me. So okay, cool. Thank you. Yes. Good to see. Totally expect more Vision Pro optimize. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do too much with Vision Pro. App apps and exploring the apps. Sorry, my position around the mic is not very good for you guys right now. I'm going to go back to sharing this and we can go through this together. It's good to hear that things work. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and here it comes. So now we should be back to this. All right. Stop mirroring, or there we go. Okay, so I could turn my air purifier on. Let's see what that controls like. Oh, I keep getting a fake long press here. So I'll like be looking at something and I think it thinks my hands are together, or I've been looking at something for a while. And then, okay, so it doesn't do a long press if you look at something for a while, but like if your hands are moving as like I'm moving, I was like situating myself and then went here to look at something and it thought I grabbed it and held it. Because if I grab and hold, then it does the sort of long press equivalent from the iPad. I'm gonna go ahead and hit on. So yeah, it turns on the air purifier. And there's the settings for that. This is the AirVersa air purifier. I mean, they sent this to me for review. Oh, don't want to really give away my serial number. You probably hear it in the background. Okay. Turn that thing off. Let's see. So let's go check out some other accessories and what they look like. We can do something like, what's a good... Oh, here, we'll do the laundry room because that has a color bulb in it. That's a matter Nanoleaf bulb. So I can turn on the ceiling light there. I'm looking at it. There we go. Accessory settings. And then we can change the color. I'm doing a horizontal scroll here to move between the different colors. I'm looking at one of the colors and it's picking the color I'm looking at. So I guess you can't really see that my hand is like there. But, and this is changing that light in the laundry room, which you can't see from here. Let's go back to the office. Here I can turn on the TV, which is right over here. And so this is all pass through. You can see my Nanoleaf pillow over there. Thanks to Nanoleaf for that. So there's the Apple TV. And I don't think there's any way right now for Universal Control to control that, although I could potentially get, is there an option for like Apple TV remote and Control Center? I see screen recording. I don't see anything there for, yeah. Okay. I'm going to turn off the TV. Well, it's cool too because I can, oh, it's saying adjust the fit. Yeah, I do feel like there's a little bit of gap here under my nose. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm using it right. And then here's, I can adjust the input of the TV. So then it's going to go over to my Mac Mini, which is not on. So I don't think that would pull up. But I can go back to Apple TV. Come on, I'm looking at you. There we go. And then turn it off. And then to close that, I just looked away from it and pinched, almost like I was tapping. And then I can see where my door's closed, turn on different scenes. I'm going to scroll up and look through some other stuff. Let's see what like this Discover tab looks like. Oh yeah, the window turned all white on me. And then they have all these different things. I still haven't tried the dual loop band. I'm wearing just the regular one. Let's see on the security side. I can see all my cameras. I can go live with one of them. So here's the C125 that I recently reviewed on my channel. And I'm going in HomeKit Secure Video, and you can see up. How do I exit this? Wow, that's weird. Okay. All right. So that's the HomeKit Secure Video. I can just scroll through. Let's see. Maybe if I scroll through the doorbell doesn't have HomeKit Secure Video. Not really in place to show you guys because I don't want to like reveal personal things about family members that I shouldn't reveal on a live stream. So here's all the summary of lights on in different places, the climate, shades are open. So go back here. And this is really cool how it's like, it's changed to like see that little thing hovering? I can look at it and change this compatible app, which is because it's an iPad app, from being portrait or landscape, depending on what I want. And then it's rendering the iPad app accordingly, which is really cool. And then that, you can do this to close it, but I'm going to make this, you can move it around, put it over here, and then I can make it bigger, look over there, drag it. So that is a big view dashboard of my home. It'd be really nice because when I have a keyboard, right, I can go out and punch the keys. But right now I can't touch anything here. It's just based on where I'm looking, which I understand where they're coming from, but I feel like I'd want to go out and touch it. Like, oh, whoa. I think that was a hand gesture. I don't think that was actually touching it. Yeah. I think it was thinking my hands were pinching when they were just really far out in front of me. So I'm going to go back to the chat and see if you guys have any questions really quick. So we'll close out this stream for just a second, and then let me see what questions you guys might have, and then we'll jump back into other stuff with the Vision Pro. Sort of what it's like here. Okay, yeah, I look ridiculous with this thing on. My goodness. Oh, thanks. Thanks, George. Great to see you here. I saw on Apple's press materials that a lot of the people are wearing their sets above their ears instead of resting on it. Have you tried that? Well, I mean, I am wearing it above my ears right now. I really haven't tried too many different ways to wear it or different headbands or anything. So we'll see what makes sense. I mean, everybody's going to wear it, I think, a little bit differently. It is pretty nice. I can just read this on my Mac screen. Like I'm reading my Mac screen here while having this on, and it's a little bit blurry, but it's like I can read it. They can't give all the goods early. Yeah. All right. This is wild. Thanks, James. Thanks, Tom. Glad you guys are loving it. Oh yeah. Hey, Chris. Nice to see you in the live stream. Long time no see. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Vision Pro is very exciting. What do you see yourself using the Vision Pro most for? Around the house, traveling, just casual content consumption? Oh, yes. I will bring up some of the environments, Chris, in just a minute. That's a great idea. Just to answer your question, Bradley, I think, so there's a couple different things. There's one, which is, I'm just looking at myself on the screen. It's like, how can anybody take me seriously when I'm looking like this? But I think the things are, just going to quickly do this. I think for me, it's mostly around wanting to change my environment. First off, it's just to see what's the latest with technology, the potential to build apps for it. My, my employer, my job is around interior furniture and interior design and stuff where I think there's some real uses for 3D visualization of not only furniture, but like a redesigned space of something like that in a home. So there's some definite opportunities there. But I paid for this, myself, for you guys on YouTube to be able to show you what the home app is like and what the, using it in your smart home is like. So I think mostly it's sort of like to see what Apple is up to in this area and keep you guys up to date on it. And also as a developer to build some apps and software for it. then there's also the side, like selfishly from myself, I think it will be fun, of course, to watch movies and video. I think the other side of it will be something around, oh man, look at how red my forehead is. Um, it will be around like, I share a car with my wife, so I don't really have a lot of ways to change my environment while working during the day. And I think, well, the environment changes, which we'll about to look at, are a little bit fake. I think it's still something that'll like mentally trick me enough to feel like I'm working somewhere else. So, anyways. Oh, haven't seen anybody use the Freeform app yet. Yeah, we can take a look at that. Although I have some confidential work drawings in there that I can't really pull up on a live stream. I'm not really ready to show that app for the first time I open it, but yeah, maybe I'll bring it up in something future content. Bit too heavy. Yeah, a lot of people are. Yeah, forehead mark remover tool. It's pretty bad. Yeah, my face is definitely colored now. Okay, so let's go back to the environments and go ahead and check this out again. So move some of this stuff over. There we go. I think it's, yeah, here we go. Okay. So Optic ID does it, and then great. So I'm back here to where I was. I'm gonna go move my mic over so you can hear me. Let's see. There we go. All right, so hopefully you can see this now. We're back to this, and let's check out some of the environments. So I'm going to close out of this window here. And I'm really pleased so far. I was really worried about how this would work in a small room, but it seems to work just fine in a small room. So that's pretty good. All right. So here's the environment, and then I can turn the digital crown to sort of make it less or more immersive. And this is the Joshua Tree environment. So I'm just looking around here, and you know, I could go. I can't see where my mic is. There. Oh wow, I'm right on top of my mic. Sorry. It does feel pretty much like you're there. The thing is that the field of view is a little bit smaller than your normal field of view as a human, so you definitely feel like you have ski goggles on or binoculars or, you know, some kind of like sort of, it's a VR feel to it. But I imagine your video coming through is sort of this seamless picture of it. And I mean, the blending of my hand with the environment is very good. There is some motion blur moving your hand, you know, and as I look down at other things, it brings them into frame a little bit. We can go ahead and try a different environment here. See what the different ones look like. I'll press and pull up. Let's try. I'm sorry, it's so hard to look back at the chat in this setup that I can't really take suggestions here. I'm just going to try this one. Wow, this is really cool. So I look down and I see this sort of blending in with my carpet. We can do this. This is really cool. Wow, look at this. And it, you know, it really does weigh on your face though. We're talking about the weight earlier. See if I can find where my mic is. Yeah, it really does weigh on your face. But so far, I mean, this strap seems to be working okay, and you can kind of tighten it and then it just makes it tighter around your face. Let's try a different environment so you guys can see something else. So we'll go back to the home screen. There's coming soon on some of these, which I find interesting. Let's try the white sands. Okay. And so then, yeah, you can fade it out or fade it back in. Whoops. Okay. So that's the white sands. Let's go ahead and hit the digital crown again. We can try another one. Morning light. What's this? So this is like almost like Philips Hue here. Philips Hue for your face, sort of changing the nature of the lighting in my room, making it more like morning light, I guess. You see, I can dial this up and down, and now I'm getting more morning light. So there's that. Let's try the moon. Still getting the hang of looking and selecting. Wow. This is insane. I love this. My goodness. Wow. I guess, is that the sun probably? I guess that is the sun up there. Yeah. Wow, just look at all these rocks and everything. Again, this one actually feels really like convincing because obviously if you imagine yourself on the moon, you're probably going to be wearing like some kind of spacesuit. Although of course, when I stick my hand out, this one, it kind of breaks the illusion. But like you could see how you'd be in some kind of a mask if you were on the moon. And so that really like makes it compelling. All right. So let's see. I think all of these are just going to be like those same light. Yep, Philips Hue for your room, as I'm going to call it. All right. Oh, and then there's sound with it, which you can't hear, but it has like sort of leaves rustling. And that's the thing. All of these environments have some kind of a sound with them. Here's Mount Hood. And I love on this one, there's rain falling, and there's like fake rain out in the distance, which you can probably see. And that is along with the water sort of moving, because the other ones really felt like a photo. And this one still feels like I'm looking at a photo, but it's like, yeah, this one still feels like I'm looking at a photo in a certain way, but the rain almost looks a little bit fake once you look at it for a while. Like I almost wish, like, is there a way I can turn it off? But you know, and then I can work in here. We don't have to go back to my room to change scenes. We can just do this. And I don't think we've seen Yosemite. That's the one we haven't seen yet. So we'll do that and then. All right. So here's Yosemite. Wow. This is really cool. And it's nice too because I don't have to dial the digital crown. It just takes me straight back there. Go ahead and open up. All right, apps. There's the Freeform app. Let's see. What can I show you? Here, I can control my home once again right here, and we could probably make this thing massive because we're in a environment. Oh, no, it doesn't let me go beyond a certain size with iPad apps. So there's that. Especially I think that'll be a downside for iPad-based video apps, right? I mean, this is still a pretty big screen. Like this still feels pretty big to me, but yeah. Let's see. And then yeah, I can turn this portrait, landscape. close it. Let's check out, I guess all these compatible apps are kind of boring. Let's check out, I'm worried the mindfulness would get us like content ID'd on YouTube, but maybe not. We can check it out. Wow. So then you can start a meditation session. I can't move this window. I'm trying to move this window, but I can't. And then I guess I can close that, and then I'm back out of that app. There's TV. Oh, and then here's all the different immersive experiences that you can do. You've probably heard about these. I'll check these out later. Pretty fun. And I've been watching some of Masters of the Air. I started that last night. Seems like a pretty good show. Only a little bit into the first episode. Closes. I keep wanting to go up to the top over here to close something, but of course with Vision Pro it's at the bottom. It does seem a little bit counterintuitive to be at the bottom, but it also is where the window control is, so I get that. Let's see. I can check out the, oops, I meant to click on clock. Yep, so here's, thank you guys over in Europe for staying, well, maybe it's not late for you. It'd be late for me to stay up for till 9 p.m. for something. Depends though. Let's see. I'm trying to move this. There we go. And look at the shadow here on the ground. That's a really nice rendering of the shadow. And then I can sort of make it rest in the snow, which is a little bit unrealistic. This is what I mean where you can make something sort of break the bounds of physics and it feels a little bit weird, but like I think it's better that Apple lets you do it. All right. I'm going to go back to the chat and see if there are any more questions. You can look at the red streak on my face again. All right. Oh yeah, the red streak just keeps getting worse and worse. Let's see if you what questions you guys have. Oh yeah, maps are great. So some of these I think I might try, but I'm just a little nervous of like launching into maps. I know I had some location alerts earlier. I'd rather not share completely like, you know, where I live, and I don't want it to zoom to my current location or show more of those alerts. That was this yeah, I bet maps are, I could see maps being really nice, especially with some of the stuff Apple's done around 3D maps with the latest versions of their operating systems. I'm sure in Vision OS, those will be really great. I found that really handy when I was at CES for in Las Vegas for CES, because you could see what the buildings look like, and it's the first time there. I could sort of navigate the streets and know, you know, it could just gave me a better idea of where I was, which in Vegas can be very confusing. Yeah. All right. Thanks for understanding. On that one. Okay. It's better distributed this time. I don't know what that was about. Great. You can hear it. Have you tried using your own avatar? Yes. I created that earlier. I don't know right now how I would get that to show up on the live stream. But maybe I can, you know, I can figure that out or stuff. Oh, great. You can hear the sound effects. That's so cool. I didn't know if you could hear that. So that's really impressive that the mirroring also then went through to you. Um, oh, yes. Apple Fitness Plus in immersive environments. I completely agree, Brian. I think that'll be really nice to try that out. Oh, yes. Thank you, Chris. Yes. Furniture visualizations, just, viewing USDZ files and stuff like that. I think there'll be some cool opportunities there for sure. Eye strain after prolonged use. So far, no. I've had this thing now. I got it at about 1:30 today, and then just started playing with it. Had a focused morning at work, and then got my Vision Pro. I'm like, I'm done. I'm checking this out. I'll check back in with that stuff later today. But yeah, so I haven't really used it very much. I do look at a computer screen all day, basically, for my job. So maybe with more time using it, it'll start to bother my eyes more. But so far it hasn't. I have the optical inserts, that are my same glasses prescription. So I don't know if that makes a difference, in experiencing that. I think the more the strain is the strain on my forehead, which I definitely feel, and almost like a little bit of a headache. I'm just kind of getting used to this whole thing of using a VR headset because I've not really used it for any extended period of time. I've tried like some of the other VR headsets occasionally, like ages ago, but nothing recent. Yes, I will definitely be sharing multiple videos on my channel about my thoughts on Vision Pro. Thanks, Bradley. So stay tuned for that. And I think we're back to where we were. Yes. Now we will know who has the Apple Vision Pro by the red marks on their face. Yeah, so it's going away now. I'm wondering if the dual loop band will require as much pressure on my face, and maybe I'm turning the Vision Pro too tight for what it's meant to be, and that's why I'm getting this. So I'll just have to work out like what is it actually like to what makes sense as far as like tension on my head and the strap positioning and everything like that. Lots of experimentation to come. It's one of the downsides of like, I didn't pick this up in the store. I just picked this up, picked it up from my UPS delivery driver today. So I think there's a lot more coaching in the stores about fit and how to wear it and stuff like that. Oh yeah. I haven't tried Lightroom. Nilay Patel from The Verge did mention that in his review, that he was editing photos in Lightroom and it seemed to work fine. I think he was doing it with the Mac mirroring mode, not Lightroom for cloud on Vision OS, but I'm not even sure if Lightroom for Vision OS as like if they're allowing that yet or not. But yeah, I mean, I've not installed any apps on this, so we'll get there. Yeah, it's just VR face. All the head. Okay, it's just VR face. All the headsets have it to some degree. Plus, there is VR hair too. Yes, exactly. I need to. Yeah, it's tough to take this thing on and off. I also noticed, speaking of the hair, that when I was putting it on and off, because I like have stuff in my hair to hold it like this, that I got like a little bit of that on the lenses. It didn't seem to bother my eyes when I put it in because it's so close to my face, but like I'm definitely gonna have to clean those lenses and be careful as I like put it on and off my head, that like whatever hair product you might have in your hair, it like might get on the lenses. So just something to think about if you're using one of these. Okay, yeah, it's probably just the iPad version there. For Lightroom. Um, So yes, I mean, I wear glasses, and these are a prescription to help me see better. It's not, a fashion statement or something like that. I do need glasses or contacts. Um, and I ordered the corrective lenses. I put them in earlier when I got the device, and they snap in with magnets. Here, maybe I can actually show you guys this. If I go to my desk setup here. So they basically, the inserts like snap in. So it's like this is the insert, and you just snap. That's the insert, and you just snap it in. You can't really hear it on there, but like I can hear it snap, and then they just fit in there, sort of over top of the regular lenses. And then when you set the device up, you look at an app clip QR code. So it's the same QR code as an app clip if you're familiar with those, and then it'll go ahead and recognize what your prescription is. And I guess it's adjusting some of the visuals in the experience to match your prescription. So pretty fun there. Okay. Yeah. I think, we're at about 45 minutes right now. I think we've covered a lot of stuff that I wanted to get to here, but one thing that I would like to talk about that I think is an interesting point, not to go too much into detail on this, but Tim Cook, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share here. So this is, or maybe I can make this, well, yeah, now you can see it with sort of in my screen here. This is Tim Cook in Vanity Fair. So Tim Cook appeared in an article about the Vision Pro there, which I've actually yet to read. The classic, classic web browser, modern day web browser. I've looked at the pictures, but I haven't actually read the article yet. I saved it to read later about the Vision Pro in Vanity Fair. But this is Tim Cook's office, so to speak, and it's probably actually his office. And I just thought there's some interesting tidbits here to sort of break down or talk about. So, he's got the HomePod Mini over here on the table, and he chose the yellow HomePod Mini. So I think that's a good choice for the space. Looks good, and then you can see just a nice view of Apple Park out the window. It's a little bit obscured with these blinds, but yeah, I think that looks good. And then he has these pictures down here on the ground. I don't know if he cycles between different pictures on this wall or what sort of the reason is, but it makes it look like an authentic office for him. He got the Auburn football helmet because he's a big Auburn fan, so that makes sense. And assigned basketball, Bobby Kennedy, I think, with the Think Different ad campaign. And I thought over here, his desk setup is interesting, of course, using the Apple Magic Keyboard and trackpad, the white versions with the Studio Display and MacBook Pro, which you'd think for someone who could have anything he wants would have gotten the black one, the one with the black keys and the black trackpad, because that would match the rest of his setup. But I don't know. Who knows how real this setup is or how much it's just staged. And then I thought it's also interesting for someone who could have any Apple product. It's not like the height adjustable stand or this Pro Display XDR. He just has sort of the basic foot Studio Display. I mean, it's still a $1,700 monitor, but he didn't opt for the $2,000 option. With the monitor that costs a total of $2,000 with the sort of adjustable height stand, and then just putting the MacBook there. And then also all of that's on a permanently standing desk over here. So I guess Tim Cook is team standing desk. I have a sit stand desk that I'm talking to you right now on. I don't know. It's I just never end up using the standing part. I just sit most of the time. So I have mixed feelings about our standing desks. Worth it, I think, for some people, yes, and in some cases, yes. But yeah, it just depends on how you work during the day and what you prefer. But it's interesting and makes sense with Tim being so into health that he has a standing desk. So I thought that was cool. I could totally see him being like working at a standing desk. And of course, I mean, a lot of executives, I'd imagine, at his level, like go to meetings a lot. And so to have like a conference table in your office, of course, because then you can have meetings there. I've seen other executives do that kind of thing. And then the iPad, Tim always, has been, I think he's been pictured a handful of other places using an iPad. So he's got it looks like the 12.9 inch iPad with a white Magic Keyboard and the Apple Pencil over here in the corner. So, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like, that could be a really good portable device for someone at his level, probably doing a lot of review of documents and emails and things like that. Be perfect on an iPad. And then his AirPods Pro here with this iPhone, caseless iPhone, but I'm not surprised. I think a lot of folks at Apple don't use a case on their phones, unless maybe they're trying to conceal a future version of the iPhone. So yeah, and then of course Vision Pro on his face. So, I think that's just I'm gonna go back to. Let me see if there's any more questions, and I think we'll kind of close out our stream here. Oh, we can't see much of his desk. Yeah. So here, I'll just put that back up really quick. So move my picture. Yeah. So that's his desk where it's like permanently standing there. And then he's got the MacBook Pro and the monitor. But yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. It was really fun to experience the Vision Pro, the Apple Vision. It was really fun to experience Apple Vision Pro. Got to use saying that with you guys here on the stream. And thanks for joining. And stay tuned for videos from me about Apple Vision Pro, how it ties into smart home, and of course, smart home tech videos and more. So, can you place an app in each room in the house and it remembers exactly where it is? Lance Ulanoff was one of the reviewers who got it early. He did that in his he had a post on Threads. He probably had it other places, but I saw it on Threads where he was doing that exact thing. So we'll see what the limit is there of how big of a space, but it seems like yes, you're able to do that. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good one. See you in the next live stream or video. Bye.